All right, hello. So my name is Mike. I'm the worship leader at First Church in Charlestown, and this is just a quick tutorial about how to get your slides from Proclaim or ProPresenter, or use PowerPoint, Easy Worship, Google Slides, whatever you're using for your projection software, how to get that into OBS for your church live streams. I'm assuming right now that if you're watching this video, you've already got OBS, that you know how to get a video capture device like a camera, a webcam, whatever, hooked up to that. I'm also not going to be talking about audio in this video. There's plenty of tutorials about how to get audio hooked up either through your board, if you have a digital board or an audio interface, or through an outside microphone. I'm not going to talk about that in this video today. We're just going to be looking at how to get your slides from Proclaim, which is what I'm going to be using, onto OBS so you can put it on your screen. So you'll notice that in the left-hand side of the screen, I have my OBS open. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, I have Proclaim open. And right now, I'm looking at a song that I have typed up here. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some content here. This is your pastor's first point. This is going to be an example of the sermon slides. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to make that centered. I'm going to pick a font for that. I really like, where is it? CMG Sans. It comes default in Proclaim. It's very aesthetically pleasing font. It's very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things when it comes to your church's media. So that's what I want. First point. All right, so I've got my pastor slide up here. I've got my song slides up here. And you'll notice that with the song slides, I've chosen to put the text higher up on like the top third of the screen. You can also put it on the bottom third of the screen. It doesn't really matter where you're putting it right now. This is just kind of where it sits when we project it to a regular screen during a regular in-person church service. So I'm just gonna roll with that. We normally keep our pastor's slides centered in the middle. Almost everything we put up there is gonna be in all caps unless it's scripture reading. So this is just, I'm going to show you guys how to have your worship song lyrics as like a lower third kind of thing, like down here at the bottom of the video, and then how to get your pastor's slides more so like up in the corner, somewhere up there as like a picture-in-picture thing, as opposed to the worship slides that are going to be like subtitles. So, what you want to do is you want to make sure that your background is set to a distinct color. So this isn't going to work if you have any kind of like fancy background. Normally, I like to put something interesting up. But for this purpose, you're going to want to have it be a solid color and have it be something that sticks out. So right now I'm going to use light blue. And then I want to add a box around the text. So I'm going to go into effects. I'm going to go to background shape. Press edit. I have white text, so I'm going to make the background shape black. I have that set to square. Go to fit to text box. Tighter. So now I've got this humongous black box. I'm just going to crop this guy set my alignment to completely centered. Now, I recommend having no more than 3 lines of text on screen at a time. That's just best practice for anytime you're projecting lyrics to a song in a worship gathering. It's especially important if you want to get that clean looking lower third. So now that you have a distinct background color, you have your text, no more than 3 lines with a solid color box that you've added under effects, you're going to go to OBS. And now I already have my presentation on there. So I only have 1 monitor. So if you can see that right there, along with my watermark, because this is an unlicensed version of Proclaim. I am on my work laptop right now, and so it's not hooked up to my church account. So just ignore that little watermark for now. So under sources in OBS, I'm going to add a source right here. I'm going to go to window capture. Now, I'll just give it a name real quick. Proclaim music lyrics. Boom. Now under window, I want to go to proclaim.exe, proclaim slides. Hey, there it is. Okay. Uncheck capture cursor. Just kind of a best practice. You don't want to have your computer mouse accidentally flailing around in the middle of your lyrics in the middle of a song. Now I'm going to drag this down so that my box is kind of where I want it to be. And then, so now I've still got that blue. So what you want to do is you want to right click your window capture, go to filters. So now I'm in filters. Down here at the bottom, I add a filter, go to color key. I'll go to key color type, and it's not picking up this flavor of blue, so I'm going to go to custom color, select color, and just try to get close to what you've got here on the screen. That's pretty close. Boom. Let's see. Key type, custom color. Doesn't look like. No. What's going on? Here we go. Similarity. Hey, there it is. So if it's not picking up your color, you can bring up the thing that says similarity. Right now you see that there's a little bit of blue kind of kicking around right here on the edge of my box. So I'm just going to keep dragging that up until that goes away. Don't drag it up too far because then you lose your text. So right now it's working for me at around 774. Just put that where it needs to go so that you lose the rest of your green screen or blue screen or whatever color your background is. So now I go to close and look at that. I've got my handy dandy lower thirds music text. And now if I go here into Proclaim and I change my slides, I change under OBS. The fade's a little wonky right now just because I'm running so many things on this computer. I'm also running my screen capture software. If that ends up happening for you, just go use no transition. Boom. Boom. So as your slides person or your whoever is sitting at the computer changes the slides for the song, it'll update in real time on OBS, which is pretty cool. And so now what you want to do is we're going to add a different scene that's going to display your Proclaim in such a way that it fits with whatever slides your pastor or whoever is speaking wants to display as well. So under scenes, the current scene that I have right now, I'm going to name it worship music. Boom. I'm going to add a scene. Let's call this one sermon. Boom. All right. You don't have any sources right now. Of course I don't. I'm going to go to video capture device. Classic. Go to integrated webcam. What's going on? Excuse me. Rude. Why is it not coming up? Not sure why it's doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate sermon. Bing. Now we're here. But obviously, you're not going to want to cram your pastor's slides into this little lower thirds box. So what you're going to do is you are going to resize the box and just drag it up here to the corner. Whatever corner you want is fine. Bing, bing. Now, you'll notice that when I switch in Proclaim to my pastor slides, look at that. The whole slide shows up because right now, OBS is only filtering out that crazy light blue color that I had. So if I go to any other slide, it'll just show you the regular, what would be being projected without filtering anything out. So you could have like a background going on here for your pastor's slides and have that be okay. But I'm just sticking with black for now. So now, right? So now you can switch back and forth the worship music. Obviously, when your worship slides are up, now you got this. And then what I generally will put a blank slide in between the end of the last song and the pastor's first slide. And if you want, you can make that whatever is being filtered out, that same color, crazy blue. Okay, next out there. Just so that it shows up in your OBS is nothing. Switch to sermon. Boom. Switch to your pastor's first slide. Kapow. There it is. So that's the real heavy lifting here. If you want to also add, let's say you've got another piece of content at the very end. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next week. Let's say you've got another slide at the very end. I'll put it right down here in post-service loop. I'm going to rename these real quick. So I've got my final slide. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next week. I'm going to make another scene. Post service. Boom. Add that window capture. Go to add existing. Boom. There it is. So all you have to do is whenever you are at the appropriate point in your service and your Proclaim slides are where they need to be, you're just going to switch to the requisite what am I doing? You're going to switch to the requisite part of your OBS, the right scene. So I'm in worship music mode, singing my song. This is where the worship lyrics go, me more bing boing. I go through my song, oh yeah, this is a great song. I had French toast for breakfast. Thank you, Jesus, for French toast. And now I pray. Transition into the sermon time. Pastor comes up for the sermon. I bring up his slide. Kapow. There it is. Pastor's first point. He ends. I'd probably have another blank slide after that. So that just goes away. And then we finish things up. I go to post service, pull that guy up. Thanks for tuning in today. That's what we get. That's the whole thing. So it takes a little bit of coordination to match up Proclaim to OBS at the right time. You want to make sure that you're running it on the same computer. There are solutions to get your Proclaim from one computer onto a different computer that's running OBS, but it's a lot more complicated than what I'm showing you right now. You need some special hardware for it. And this is just kind of the quick and dirty small church. You know, we found out we had to start live streaming like 3 days before, you know, and we just want to make it look kind of nice. This is that solution. So if you have any more questions or if there's anything else you'd like me to cover, I would be more than happy to do that. But this is all that I wanted to talk about for today. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, for watching this video. I hope this was helpful. Have a great rest of your day.